Hello, and welcome back to the channel, longtime viewers and new viewers. No, it's been a long time since I've uploaded, but as you might know if you've watched my old videos, I've had some health issues, and then on top of that, I moved, so I'm in the new place now, and I began working on some pedals. But there's going to be some changes to the channel, and I just want to let y'all know about that in this first video of me coming back. The first change is there's going to be less modding and more building. And by that I mean I want to develop my own pedals. That's my goal. That's what I originally set out to do. And honestly, I'm going to go for that. And that means I'll be doing less mods. Another reason I want to do mods less is because since my health issues, I just don't want to really expose myself to the lead. So of course, when I build my own pedals from scratch, I use lead-free solder. But a lot of existing pedals, especially in the US, use lead, and working with that's not the best. Makes me a little paranoid, so I'm avoiding that for the most part. So there still will be modded pedals. But they will be a lot more rare going forward, and expect me to develop pedals of my own in the coming months or whenever. Of course, I have this book I need to study to, get a little better on that, get some kits, start experimenting. So the videos will probably be fewer and far between, but I hope to actually have some products that I can produce on larger scales so a lot of y'all can have it. I mean, the appeal of the modded pedals is they're usually one-off. Sometimes I might do a little run of them. But like I said, just due to the lead health concerns and just the fact that I want to do my own pedals, so I'm going to be doing less mods. But that doesn't mean I'm going to be not doing mods every once in a while. So here's a few I have to show you. I have this, what brand is it? Joyo Ultimate Drive. Has one little mod on it. So another thing about the mods is it's a lot of work wiring them in. There's not that much room. So I'm not going to have many pedals that have like multiple mods. I might just have one or two. So this pedal might have two mods, but they're very similar, so I might just do one. Especially with how thick the case was drilling for it, I might just do one. But on this one, I'm going to be putting a 1K pot to do a little mod on here. And if any of you watch this video, you can see where it is. If you see those two lines, just need to connect those two with a 1K pot. You can also use a switch. The 1K pot gives you a little more range. There you go for that. Another one I'm doing, this one is a nightmare. Honestly, there's a lot I could get from this pedal, but at the same time I could easily fry this pedal. So I found one little mod I'm going to do. If you can see that where it's red there, to where it's red there, you can barely see it. We're just going to connect a switch to that. This is a Behringer acoustic modeler, an older unit. Then we have this Lion distortion. Now these are cheap and they're mostly through hole, if not all through hole. Very easy to mod, but the cases are extremely thick steel. So have that in mind when you're going to be modding these. And last but not least, that I was working on for pedals, we have this. This is a little more expensive. This is going to be the first Earthquaker device pedal I've modded. Even though this circuit is so extremely simple, I found a little mod. If you see those two little red dots, those are going to be connected with a switch. And I was working on this pedal, but it fell off the table and it no longer works. So yeah, might be able to fix that later. And then there's one more thing I'm modding. This little Volca FM. It was already kind of, damaged. There's certain functions that don't work on it, so I bought it kind of cheap, not really cheap. It was like 50, 60 bucks. Still, but it has some issues. Not every function works. Like the, I can't get the sequencer in it to work, but you can plug in an external one. And the function button barely works. But the mod I'm going to do on there, I'll just leave it as a secret. That mod will also be a switch. So yeah, there's some things I'm working on now. But like I said, mods are going to be fewer and far between. Because of that, when I do make a modded pedal, they're going to be a little more pricey, just because I'm not going to be making that many anymore. So I want the people who really want the pedal to be able to get it. I know that sounds like a cop-out for charging more, but there's going to be less, so make sure you really want it. And the modded pedals, I don't really care if they sell, because they're more of a passion, just to give y'all a little one unique kind of item. And I won't sell them all either. Some I will keep. So I could end up keeping all of these. Could keep none of them. Might keep half. We'll just see. So yeah, let me give y'all a little view of the new place. Now, this isn't my place. Like I said, I've had some health issues, and I left my place. I had to get more space, but I haven't been in a healthy place to be able to afford my own place, but it should be changing. I'm working on getting a certain government job. I don't know if I'll actually get it, but I might. Right now I'm living with my grandfather for now. So yeah, thank you all for tuning in, and I'm either at 500 subscribers or like 1 or 2 below. I might lose some for this video, you never know, but thank you all who subscribe. And for the 500 subs when we get there, well, we're already pretty much there. I'll let y'all know before I sell any of this, but I do have one little pedal that I'll put for really cheap that's modded, just as like a thanks for the 500 subs. So one of them will be very, very cheap to whoever gets it first, when I do add it. And when I do, I'll make a video that I added it. So yeah. I don't even have the studio set up yet. So I'm probably gonna wait before I show y'all the demos of these, just because I want y'all to have a higher quality video experience and audio experience than just a phone video. And one last thing, since I'm like a synth drum machine type player, there will be no more testing the pedals with guitars, because I don't use that, and it's kind of not important to me, and it just takes up extra time when modding pedals. Now, of course, when I build pedals that I plan to sell multiple of, I will do some guitar testing, of course, but maybe even then I won't. I don't know yet, because I had a guitar, but it broke during the move, and yeah, I don't have one currently. So that's that. And what can you expect? I mean, when can you expect these pedals to be out, videos? Well, they'll be built today. Videos won't come out until the studio's set up. I don't really have a place like tables or things to set it up yet. But I plan on getting that soon. And yeah. And of course, I'll mod some keyboards every once in a while too. But it is a lot of work, especially making sure you stay away from the lead. And I have, what was I gonna say? I have some pedals that, of course, are lead free, but most of them are not. So, anyways, thank you all for stopping by. And hey, I'll give you a little preview of some of the other stuff we have to mod. Now, another thing is, I won't be buying more pedals to mod to sell, because I have so many. And once I'm through with all of those eventually, there will be no more probably, because I'll focus on building products. But I assure you, I will not be building completely boring things, just your standard distortions, standard things. We plan to do some weird stuff here. That's what this channel's about. But I plan to actually focus more on music, because although I do love the building them and modding, the pedals, like I'm making music, and music itself I like even more. So I want to give that more time as well. But I thank you all for being on this journey with me, and let me show you a few things in the pipeline. So I've done a bunch of these noise reducers. I still have a couple of these that I've kept for myself that are modded, the Seps. That's one pedal I made about 10 of. I think I've kept 3 for myself. But I have tons of Behringer pedals. Some will be modded, some won't. But Ultra Octavers, what's this? Digital reverbs, other distortions. Tons and tons of Behringer pedals, just tons and tons of them. Yeah. And there's some other interesting stuff like this Orion tuner pedal with some mods. I have a couple more of those that I will be modding. Those I will sell. Yeah. The pedal I'm going to put out there for cheap, I think, is going to be this Grunge. This is the one. It's modded, but there's no switch. It's just a little bit modded on the inside. These pedals are getting a little pricier, but this one's been lightly modded. And this is probably the one I'll make cheap when I do it, but I'm not sure. But yeah, we have a lot of interesting stuff in here to mod. There's another bucket of used pedals somewhere. I might not have brought it yet. But yeah, plenty of things to mod. And of course, plenty of keyboards. And this isn't even all the keyboards. I haven't moved them all yet. Yeah. Some rack units to mod. Very interesting things. I know this video is getting long-winded and boring, but, well, there you go. So, I hope you all stay around for a bit. Ooh, look out for those modded pedals. I know I dragged this video out, but this is gonna be the last one of those old fashioned videos where I just talk and drag stuff out. We are going to be moving this channel to a little more professional content. We just gotta hook the studio up and stuff. But yeah, if you're new to the channel, some videos I definitely recommend you checking out are the Korg Monologue 100 free patches video, because I had fun making those patches. It's my first patch bank, and they can be had for free if you find that video on my channel. And another video I highly recommend is what is it called again? Any of the pedals where I built them into a wooden box. Those were a lot of effort, and I hope you enjoy those. So I have a funny story about one of those. So one of the pedals that was in a wooden box, the Digitech Death Metal, it fell off the shelf and the box disintegrated, but the whole top panel still exists. So I'm gonna have to but it still works. So I'm gonna have to build another case for that. But I really like that one. So it's kind of a good thing that happened, because I've been using it more, even though it was broken, and I kind of like it, so I kind of want to keep it now. But yeah, definitely look forward to these. I think you'll be pleasantly surprised. The best mods, probably, this one's pretty weird, the mod on this one. And then this pedal right here. It's a very interesting mod for how simple it is. I'll see you all in the next video. Probably one of the demos. And if you haven't subscribed, subscribe, and go ahead and check out the other old videos while you wait. And I, thank all of y'all for your patience with the channel and subscribing and enjoying the content. Like I said, this past year, a little over a year, has been very hard on my mental and my physical health because of the conditions. I don't know exactly what happened. I'm still not sure. The only really thing I can think of is I did damage to my body from being vegan for 3.5 years. And in that weakened state, I got some kind of contamination from either some food or some supplement or something. and also during that time I got COVID that almost finished me off. And I've just been in a weakened state physically and mentally. And I don't mean mentally as in, oh, I'm sad, but mentally as in, I almost literally lost my mind where I could even put thoughts together, almost like Alzheimer's or dementia. Like I forgot things immediately. I didn't know where I was. Kind of just like I felt like I was, hanging off the edge of a cliff by a rope, holding onto my sanity. But somehow I got back from all that. And I know that seems like an exaggeration, but it wasn't. And the worst part was, doctors having no idea what it was. So I think just based on the evidence, it was a combination of just the perfect storm. But I've been getting better. I haven't completely got all my physical strength back as I used to have. Maybe I'm 80% there, 75. But yeah, I'll leave y'all with one little piece of advice. So modding. If you're using multi-core wire, don't use the multi-core wire to test points because it'll split. You can use your multi-core wire when you actually solder, but when you're testing points, use solid core wire because it's much easier to test. So there's your little piece of advice for the day. All right, see you guys, and thank you for watching.